Hey everyone, welcome back to Day Trade with Tony. I am, of course, Tony, and day trading is what I do. So, without further ado, October, Halloween, 31st of October, and we traded pre-market. We almost got to go. We traded 5 stocks in total across the whole day. We almost got to go pre-market, and then we gave half back. Then we started to move back up again, and then we took a trade on Shift PIXY. Now, Shift PIXY is a strange one because Shift PIXY has been heavily sold over the last while. It was having a good day, and we decided to take a trade on it. We got in as it was moving up, and then we got caught in a flush down, fast flush down. I didn't have a stop in place, so I ended up losing 9,000 on that. So we were already up just shy of $4,000 at that stage. We traded ATGL, which is a new IPO. We traded Pinterest, PINS. We made a small amount on Pinterest. We traded SideSpark. So SideSpark, we got to 5,500. They give half of that back, and then we're looking to make that up later in the day. So those were the ones that we traded prior to Shift PIXY. So Shift PIXY, PIXY. Now, as a result of that flush down and had a quite a considerable size position there, we lost just under 9.5k. So that put us just under 6k down on the day. But then we traded SRPT. So SRPT, Sarepta Therapeutics, was just on the 30th, the day before, it was a stock. It was over $100 per share. So it was a big, quite a substantial market cap. It was a bigger stock, higher price, but it lost almost half its value overnight. It dropped down. Clinical trial results. That's all it was. I mean, I know if that's all they're doing, and that's their entire business is just on that one particular product, and lose half your market value overnight just because of bad clinical trial results. And they weren't particularly bad. They were just it wasn't like bad side effects. They just didn't meet their endpoint expectations. So, given the scope of that particular stock, I called this out in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord now. Called this in the Discord just after 7 a.m. That it was heavily oversold. Prime candidate for a bounce, reversal, look for the reversal. I actually called 65 at that stage. I said 65 is going to be a key market, but it kept selling off. But later in the day, coming into the open, I was calling it out. Look, it's going to hit 65. It's going to get to 65. I called 65 out as a key level, and guess what? It went up to 65. So we traded that from under 62 all the way up to 65. We made just shy of 13k on that. So we covered the deficit that we lost on Shift PIXY. And some besides. So we finished the day just under 7,000, 6,500 in gross profit, which is a great position to be in because that takes us now pretty much right on track for goals for the year. We were looking pretty ominous. We didn't have a great October, but we were looking pretty ominous, and we thought we were in danger of falling behind goal. So right on the money at the moment. 1.2 million for the year. So we've got 2 months left of the year. If we hit those at goal, we'll have a new best year ever, but also we will have a new best year ever anyway, because we just got over, as a result of today's results, just got over last year's total from a net perspective. So 1.2 is where we're at. But let's take a look at where we're actually at with that. So you can see SRPT here. We got in with ATGL after we traded SideSpark. So SideSpark moved up very, very nicely pre-market. We managed to make $2,500 on that. We actually made 5.5, but we gave half of that back. Then we traded Pinterest. Traded Pinterest, started to make a move up. Wasn't feeling it, so it's a small base hit. It was profitable. So Pinterest, 250, it was a higher cap, higher price. $250. Then we traded ATGL, new IPO. We traded ATGL a little bit after we traded SRPT as that started to go parabolic into a halt. Traded ATGL, didn't get a huge amount on that. We actually made a little bit and then gave some back, so I cut that. But SRPT is where we made our money. I'll show you the Shift PIXY trade shortly, but where we got in and why we actually lost on that. I'll show you a recording of the SRPT. Now, I finished the live stream, so you get the Pinterest, the Shift PIXY, and the SPRC. If you go and watch the live stream, they were all on the live stream. So that was recorded. You go and watch those, and you can watch that again. ATGL, I'll kind of negate over that. It's insignificant on the wider scope of the day, but SRPT, I'll edit that for. I've recorded the trade, so I'll edit that for you, time purposes, because again, this was another long, slow burner, and I was confident and adamant that it was going up to $65. So when it did get up to $65, I chased it all the way up there, and we managed to get out here, just over 65.20, 65.34, I think was the highest exit. So confident in my belief with that one. I'm not saying I'm the best trader here on this platform, but probably top 3. But you be the judge of that. So let's take a look at the charts and why did I believe that Sarepta was moving up to 65? Well, to look at this, this was the previous closing price was here, up at $107, and the news came out. And it just absolutely vomited and came all the way down. We hit a low down here of $55. So all the way from $107 to $55. So almost half its value in a matter of minutes based on that. But it started to curl up. You can see here it started to do nice moves on the way up, and I got in here. For the continued move. I got in for a break of 61.50 and a continued move up. I should have got in here. In hindsight, I should have got in here. Break of 59. We've got a lovely bull flag set up and a beautiful breakout there, or even a new high here on this swing high. So 59.50 would have been a good entry. I get in at the top typically, and then I increase my size because I'm expecting it does move up, but I don't take the profits because it's not reaching the level that I was looking for 62.50 at this time before I took profits. So I tend to let my trade plan play out, good or bad, and then when it pulled back, I exited, and it bounced quickly, pretty much bounced where I exited. So I got back in as it made a new high, added to the position. This time when it pulled back, I didn't exit. So risking a lot more than perhaps I should do. It did move up. It got to again 60, looking for 62.50. I waited, pulled back again and again. Then it finally hit 62.50, so I managed to get in there. It actually got up to 63 before pulling back. So as this started to break new lows, I exited that position. That stage, I was, because I've gone 3K down on this particular ticker here when I cut my position there. So I've made that 3K back, or $700 in green. So we're back in the green position here. Still down on the day because of Pinterest, but it pulled all the way back to the VWAP, and then we got this double bottom, W shape. And I called this out. So I was looking for the breakout level here at 61.30. 61.25, 61.30. So looking for the breakout level. As it moved up, it didn't quite get over the $0.25. It pulled back. So okay, next time it breaks the $0.25, it threw a wick over there. So the price action didn't get over $0.25 before it pulled back again. The next time it did move up, I waited for a clear break on the bid. Not on the ask, but on the bid, because the spreads were quite whippy, quite rangy. So then I got in, added to the position on the way up, took a little bit of profit here, then started adding to the position, again, taking profits, adding back, taking profits, adding back up here. I got a double top here, but I'm already calling out this. I've called it out in the Discord already. 65. I'm looking for 65. I'll take profits along the way, but I'm looking for 65. So already I'm calling this out. 65 is my goal. 65 is my target. So we get in there. Add to the position here. It pulls back. Take some profits here. It pulls back again. We get back in. Take a little bit of profit, add to the position, a bit more profit, add to the position, and then we get out at the top. We get out to 65, and that's us done. We're finished on the day, 65, 12,000, well, just shy of $13,000. It does actually go up to over $67 on the day. So I was being conservative, I guess, with my 65 prediction, but it did pull back heavily after the 67 and then went on to a high of 68. So I was happy with 65. I certainly wouldn't have held, when I got up to the 67, I certainly would have held all the way back down to 62. But nice, clear stair steps, some good entries, a little bit of, probably risked a little bit more than I should have done in some places, but I was confident of this move up. And this will probably go back up to over $100 eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Eventually this will get back to its fair market value, which if you go back to what it was previously, you can see pretty standard fair market value up around kind of between $105 and $110 is what would consider the fair market value for this particular stock. So a huge drop, and this is one of the advantages of trading larger cap stocks. So this is what I would consider a mid cap stock. So trading larger cap stocks than what we're looking at. Once they start trending, they tend to trend for a longer period of time. And if they have a significant volatile swing in one direction versus the other, they do tend to find that equilibrium come back to the fair market value. So when you see a stock like SRPT that it comes down, now there can be significant pullbacks and sell-offs into oblivion. We saw earlier in the year the banking collapse. So Silicon Valley Bank was over $100 and that collapsed into oblivion. So it doesn't always work when you get a mid cap. Look at the catalyst. If the catalyst is a moment in time, like, okay, we've had not got the expected test results from our clinical trials, that's not the only product they're doing. So that's a moment in time, and it will come back from that. So yeah, just some of the entries here were really good. I've recorded this, I'll edit it for time, but as you can see from the initial entry there around 950, and we had some jokes going on about that. You know, once I got out here, the 1050 it would actually go moon, but we got to 1050 and it was already up here. It did pull back, and we got back in here and moved back up again. So over the course of from 950 to 1250 pretty much, it's 3 hours of trading. I'll edit it. I'll probably cut this where I wasn't in the trade. I'll cut this piece out here, and we'll just watch when I was actually in the trade, and I'll speed it up for I'd say for time purposes. So you can watch that. Where does that put me on the month? Well, let's have a look, shall we? So let's have a look at the calendar. So we finished October, and this is TraderView, by the way. I'm looking at this in TraderView. So October hasn't been kind to me. You can see here, we started off poorly, and then we're playing catch up pretty much the whole month. So the fact that we've had 7 trades 7 days go against us, not 7 trades, but 7 red days, and some significant red days at that. So in fact, only one of the red days that we've had has been significantly less than 10K. So we've had a really, really poor October. So 17K down, 26K down, 15K down, 13K down, another 15K, 10K almost, and then 2K. So this is the only one that I would say is an acceptable losing day. We've had some big green days as well, but 18K here, 13K here, but we've not had enough of them. Another 10K here. We've not had enough of them to be profitable on the month. So whilst if I look at the detailed statistics for October, I will say it is a profitable month. 23K in October is profitable. It's not a great month by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, we didn't actually make any money in October because of all the losing days. In October, my net profit is actually 2,356 negative. So after fees, commissions, fees, charges, SEC, FINRA, all of the associated fees and charges that you get with day trading, I'm actually negative net to the tune of 2.5K. So not a great October, but it is what it is. So we've got we've got to zoom out and look at where we are we finished profitably on the month from a gross perspective. Way off goal. So goal would have been 120K. So we're almost 100K down on October's goal. So let's just look at where we are for the year, because that's the important thing. It's okay to have a bad month. It's okay to have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, as long as the long-term plan is working out. So for the year, we just finished 1.2. 1.2. Finished October for the year 1.2, based on a goal of 120 per month average across the year. We should be 1.2, so we're right on the money. Right on the money. What does that look like? If you look at the months here, based on month of the year, we started off really well. Didn't have a great January, half goal, 50% of goal in January, and then we had 3 amazing months in a row. June wasn't great, 23,560. We're just shy of that. So October is my worst month of the year to date. I don't want any more like it. July and August we're moving. September not over goal, but it was a six figure month. So it finished up a good month. So as far as I'm concerned, glad to see the back of October. It was Halloween for me, but Halloween was a month long, and we finished on a good note though. So we finished on a green note. We're going to November feeling a little bit more positive, and we go into November feeling like we're pretty much there or thereabouts. We've just got to be more disciplined in our approach to the trade. We've got to be a bit more disciplined in our approach to risk management. I have been risking basically being a bit too aggressive for my account size, a bit too aggressive for what I'm looking to achieve. And when that goes against me, it goes against me hard. It also, when it goes for me, it goes for me really well. But you've got to balance the risk versus the reward. And at the moment, I would say I was doing that well for the first half of the year up until June. And then so far, the second half of the year is probably a little bit shoddy, and I need to improve on that. But look, it is what it is. We're in a good place. We're pretty much on the money year to date. We've just equaled, just actually beaten our goal from last year. So we're 1.2. We finished the year last year just over 1.2. But from a net perspective, which is what's important. So that's the money that goes into my pocket before the taxman takes his slice. From a net perspective, we finished last year at 1,011,000, and we're currently at 1,013,000. So we've had a better year already than we did last year, and we've got 2 months left. So I'm positive. I'm looking at this, and I'm also in a sunny place. I'm in a good place. I've got my family with me. I've got I've started a new life here in the Philippines, and I'm couldn't be happier right now. So and that's what matters. It's a quality of life. You can take up day trading, and I'm happy to get involved on your journey and help you on that journey. You can take up day trading, but if all you're interested in it is the money, I'm sorry, it's not going to make you happy. So you need to have a larger end goal in mind than just being able to make good money day trading. You can make good money, and I'm happy to give you my knowledge and the benefit of my experience for what it's worth. I'm no guru. People have asked me to teach them what I do and how I do it, so that's why I set up the Day Trade with Tony education platform. The link's in the description if you want to check that out. And I'm happy to act as a mentor to people so that you can learn from the mistakes that not only have I made, but I continue to make. So you watch me on a daily basis, every day, an hour before the market opens, 8:30 a.m. I'm trading live. You can watch me on a daily basis, come here and do that, and you can learn from the mistakes that I'm still making. And that's just a discipline thing. I know when I've made the mistakes. I know when I've taken a position I shouldn't have taken. I know when I've ignored the reversal indicators and taken a position for the breakout, and then it reverses. I know all of that. But I still make those mistakes, and that's a discipline issue, and that's something, probably one of the most difficult things for most traders to get their head around is being tight on your discipline, controlling that risk reward strategy that you have to have in your trading plan. So look, we finished the day green. We were doing well up until that shift PIXY flush. So we finished the day green, and we finished the day over gold. So I know I left them on the table by not holding to 68, but I would have been so far in the negative before getting back up to 68. It probably wasn't worth holding. I could have looked at a dip buy for the move back up from 62 to 68, but to be fair, again, who's going to know once it's pulled all the way back to 62, it's going up to 68. So that's in fact, after hours, it went up to 72, so even more so. But you're not going to know that. Hindsight's a wonderful tool if you have it in trading, but nobody does. We don't have that crystal ball. So I was happy to hit my initial goal. I was calling 65 out. I called it in the Discord. I called it on the live stream. I called it out previously first thing in the morning. So I was happy once they hit 65 to over goal to be green. I didn't stay green on the day, but once I got to goal, I got out, and that's important. So you learn from that. Once you get green, stay green, and once you get to goal, get out. The market doesn't owe you anything. Okay, enjoy the trade replay, and I'll see you tomorrow, or rather today, actually. See you at 8:30. I'm going to ask over 6 more planet. That's just coming back instead. That might do it. Right, on this one.